It's the Furniture Flipping Saturday collab hosted by Shabby Meets Bling and co hosted by yours truly. I have this really cool looking vintage bookshelf and it's covered in this old paint. It's got a lot of issues going on, a lot of veneer damage and whatnot. So I have a lot of work to do with this one. Removing this back panel just to make things a heck of a lot easier for me. I'm going to just pry it off with a putty knife. This is a metal one, so it's nice and sturdy, and remove that piece of back paneling. I really wanted to have some wood elements, so I'm using this stripper right here. It's supposed to take 2 minutes to activate. I'm using a chip brush. I'm putting it on there kind of thickly and spreading it out. One thing to note here is I am in the sun and I do not recommend that. If you ever use stripper, you definitely don't want this stuff to dry out before you start scraping it off. So learn from me. Do not do what I am doing. Do as I say, not as I do. In my defense, I did not have a good area that was well ventilated, so this was the best option for me. I did cover it with some random grocery bags to keep that paint stripper wet, and then I used a scraper to remove it. It took me several applications of paint stripper, and this process reminded me why I hate stripping paint this way. And as you can see, there was not just one layer of paint, there was 2 layers of paint and then some type of top coat like a varnish or something and a stain that I had to go through. Once I got most of that paint off, I used a mineral spirit to deactivate and neutralize that paint stripper, and I cleaned it really well then afterwards with some water. And this is about as far as I got with that stripper before I gave up and went on to sand the rest of it off. I'm using a higher grit sandpaper in 80 just to hurry up and get through all of that paint that is a leftover on this bookshelf. And definitely taking care around the edges not to burn through the veneer. There was some major damage on the leg area, so I'm using an all-purpose Bondo to repair all of that, as well as some other missing veneer spaces. This dries in about 15 minutes and then it can be sanded smooth.
I went ahead and filled in all that trim with Bondo. Now I'm just going to smooth everything flush and flat and smooth.
Now it's time to remove all of that sanding dust and all the dirt and grime that is left over. I'm using a Dawn power washing bottle that I just continue to refill with some soap and water and a rag to clean everything off. There were still some areas that I was finding the paint was flicking off pretty easily. So with a flathead screwdriver, I just removed all of that loose paint. Definitely don't want to paint over that. It'll just cause future chipping and flaking problems. Now I'm using this wood stain right here in the color called Provincial, and as soon as I put it on, I immediately did not care for it. So my solution to kind of tone down that darkness was to do a paint wash. I'm using a gray color paint and some brown chalk paint and just kind of mixing them together till I get a lightish grayish color brown. And then I'm going to add some water to it as well. I do not have an exact recipe for this. I just kind of eyeball it. Here I'm using a sock, but you can use an old rag or something like that. Dip it into your paint wash mixture and then wipe it onto your wood surface and simply wipe it off. You can do as many layers as you want to change the depth of the paint wash. I like it because it still shows that wood grain, but slightly changes the color of the stain. I'm adding this Harlequin stencil onto the sides and the top, and I'm using a Waverly chalk paint in the color called Ink. And they turned out perfect. I wanted them a little bit faded, so I'm super happy. With the color called Agave from Waverly chalk paint, I'm painting all of the white part. I only needed about 1 to 1.5 coats on my white areas. Then I'm going to kind of tap my paintbrush around the edges to kind of create a halo or a border. I taped off a edge border on the shelves and then painted all of that. This will just help disguise some of that white paint that's down in those crevices in the crack and corner of the where the shelf meets the wood on the side. Now is when the fun finally begins. I'm just using some various paints and I'm gonna start blending them together. I want like a very faded halo looking border around all of those Harlequin stencils. I want them to kind of come inward and just make this a really beautiful looking, soft, colorful border. I used a couple of different brushes as well as a mister bottle to keep that paint wet, so that way I could continue to blend the colors together and make them soft and feather out those edges. If this is something you want more of like a in-depth tutorial on, I will be happy to create a video. Just let me know down below in the comments. Then with those same paint brushes, I just did some dry brushing on the front trim areas. Dry brushing is a very fun and easy technique. Just make sure you do not have very much paint on your brush. Just a small amount is all you need just to add that extra touch. Now for a very satisfying tape pull, and I'm getting all this tape off of there to reveal some beautiful, nice, crisp, clean lines. Because this girl is afraid of blades spinning at her, my husband helped me cut a new back piece for the bookshelf. I used Varathane brand triple thick polyurethane to seal everything. And then with a brown paper bag, I buffed out any imperfections that were on the wooden shelves and gave it a nice buttery smooth finish and feel. Off camera, I painted the piece of Luan board that will be going on the back white, and I'm using this wallpaper paste and this beautiful paper from Redesign by Prima. I'm using the wallpaper paste as my adhesive and I'm brushing this on there. This is a fiber paper, so it's almost like a fabric. I have found this to be the best product to apply this type of paper with. Type of paper is very forgiving, so if you need to lift it up, very durable and doesn't tear very easily. If you do get any wrinkles, I like to use a balled up piece of saran wrap to help smooth out any wrinkles, or a wallpaper application tool. Once it was dry, off camera, I added the Luan board to the back and then I painted it in that Agave Waverly chalk paint to match. Let's have a quick look at the before so that way we can check out the final reveal. I adore the final results of this bookshelf. It turned out better than I could have ever have hoped. I hope you guys enjoy it and love it just as much as I do. Please remember to check out Dawn's channel, Shabby Meets Bling, our host of this collaboration, as well as the playlist of all of the amazing participants. There are going to be tons of inspiration and beautiful pieces. I will have Dawn's channel linked below down in the description box, and I will have the playlist of all of the participants linked below as well as on the end screen. I truly hope that I have earned your subscription today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye.